My name is Dr. Uju Anya. I'm an applied linguist with specialization in second language learning. Within that broader field, I'm especially interested in the new language learning experiences of African Americans, specifically how Black students understand and engage in personal transformation through language learning. My book, titled Racialized Identities in Second Language Learning, Speaking Blackness in Brazil, explores this journey of personal transformation in language learning through the experiences of Black American students learning Portuguese on a study abroad program in a very Black city in Brazil. The book explores how they shape and enact new selves in a new linguistic and cultural context, informed by both prior understandings of aspects of their identities, like, for example, race, along with the new things that they're learning about how race works in this new place. So, in short, the book is an exploration of how Black language learners learn to do and speak their Blackness in another Black context. And I look at this from a critical applied linguistics and sociolinguistic perspective of languaging and language learning being much more than just the mere acquisition and appropriation of new grammar, vocabulary, cultural systems, but also an enterprise in negotiating power, grappling with inequity, in short, the whole world surrounding these new words. So the question is, how do you move from a dissertation to a book? Editing, lots of editing. The idea is that your dissertation is a very different beast. It's an exam, and in the dissertation, there's an expectation for you to show your knowledge in different ways. You write in the way that would signal that you've done all this reading and you've learned all these methods and you conducted this original piece of research, and now you're reporting on it, but you still have to kind of make sure that you cover all the different bases to demonstrate the results of these 4 or 5 years of schooling, basically. So in the dissertation, you're not really speaking with an authoritative voice. You're speaking with the voice of, you're not an expert in your own scholarship, but you're a student of somebody or many other people's work. So how you express that is different, and how you language through that is very different. In your book, the biggest thing that you change is this voice, because now you step into this identity as a scholar, and you are presenting work that is firmly within your expertise and your unique contribution, and you're speaking from that perspective. Therefore, the excessive citations might diminish a little bit, and you speak a lot. You present your scholarship in the ways that would signal this new authoritative or more authoritative voice than, let's say, the more deferential and kind of hiding behind the words and ideas of other scholars. That's very typical of dissertation writing. But more important than just this big shift in voice is also the process that gets you to the book, right? Peer review. Let's start with the proposal, for example. You submit a proposal for how you're going to write this book, and you're also submitting some sample chapters. And this proposal with your sample chapters is sent out to experts in the field, who then give very detailed reviews and responses to your ideas and sort of their estimation of whether this book is going to be something. And reviewer number two made me cry, like reviewer number 2 makes everybody cry. But also, reviewer number 2 told me in concrete ways, right? New directions, new ways to kind of extrapolate, or let's say extract the best of the ideas or the most promising ones, and then craft the book around that, as opposed to a dissertation that tends to be you gathering all the information and kind of just, dumping it all in there, because you're reporting, you're doing an exam, essentially. So the peer editing process really helps you get to the actual meat, if you will, of the book, and brings it to life by, for example, telling you if the ideas are stale, or telling you that what about these particular movements and debates, how are you conversant with them, or asking you, well, what do you mean by this, or so what, or what exactly is the contribution that you're going to make. So after you get through the peer idea, the peer review, and the book is accepted, and now you have to go through kind of the actual writing of this book. And it's not just the rehash of the dissertation. You actually take maybe 1 or 2 really good things about a dissertation, and you bring forth a whole new product, right? And then your editors, your book editors, go through now and whittle it even further down to really the best of the best. And this work of your editors is extremely important in focusing on the things that you really have to work on, like the voice, like the, reducing sort of the extra stuff, and also figuring out the expertise that you, right now, as a legit scholar in the field, have to give. So, as I said before, it's not just the revision of a dissertation. You're producing a whole entire new piece of scholarship, maybe based on some information from the dissertation. But the book is this new beast, and it's your introduction, your debut, if you will, your coming out party in our world and in our field. And we welcome you, and we look forward to this unique and novel and forward-moving and forward-thinking contribution that you will undoubtedly make. Thank you.